Hey guys, so I thought I would do a video on like a 1 month recap. So I guess I'll start off on the first day I came to Busan. So we left early in the morning from Cheongju to Busan, and it was about a 3-hour bus ride. And then we stopped at a parking lot. We waited for the teachers to come pick us up. So basically, like in the parking lot, we have all our luggages like in one part, and then the teachers are just like driving around the corner. And like they had like 4 cars in a row, and they'll be like calling our names, what school it is, and we'll just like walk up to the bus with or not the bus, the cars of our luggages. And then like I don't know, it's just like what my friend said, it felt like we were like little puppies waiting to be adopted. When I met my teacher, she came in with her sister-in-law because my teacher doesn't actually own a car and she didn't want to bring a taxi, so she had her sister-in-law drive us first to EMART because instead of my apartment first, because my apartment actually wasn't ready yet, and I didn't find out later till why, because she actually thought that there was a cleaning lady coming in and cleaning the room, but actually there was the previous tenant was actually still in here, and he wasn't a teacher. Actually, he was actually a university student, still like waiting to move out, but then like the moving people came to his apartment late, so that like delayed everything. We went to EMART, we picked up stuff for my apartment. So I bought like trash bins, I bought like cooking utensils, I bought bedding, stuff like that. And then we had lunch together. We had like kimchi jjigae and like pork tonkatsu, and then we ate, and then right after that we came to the apartment. I live in like a pretty nice area. Like it's very convenient. Like if I need to do grocery shopping, I can do grocery shopping. If I want to buy cosmetics, I can buy cosmetics. If I want places to like go eat, it's all right here. So when we came in, I actually saw the previous tenant and his mom, and we were just like waiting right there, just like awkwardly. Like his door was open and I had all my stuff like outside the room. I was just like, so he's just moving out, waiting for the moving people to come in and like ship up all his stuff into his next place. And like after everything was like moved out, this place was dirty AF. Oh my god, there was dust everywhere. I was like, this boy did not clean at all. It was like ridiculous. And so my teacher was like calling the cleaning lady and trying to figure that out, trying to like get someone to come in last minute because she thought someone was already coming. I guess that's what she was telling me, but then like she had to call different people to get someone to come over. Once the cleaning lady came in, then we went to my school and we took the bus to get there. It was like a 20-minute bus ride from where I live, and we just like, she took me on a tour of the school and like showed me the teacher's lounge. And I actually share the teacher's lounge with my part-time co-teacher, my main co-teacher, and gym teacher. So it's just 4 of us in there, and it's like cubicle style. And I met the previous principal, and I met the vice principal, and I met a couple other teachers and the nurse and like some admin people. After that, we left the school, we came back to my apartment. Apartment was all cleaned, and then my teacher was telling me like, oh, okay, so like the bed was supposed to be here, but for some reason it's not going to be here yet. So I didn't get my bed till like a week and a half later. And then they had a desk and a chair shipped in from the school. It was just like a new desk, new chair. Just brought it in because like it's part of like the contract to have like a burner, fridge, TV, desk, chair, bed, stuff like that. Just like very basic needs. And that was my first night. So like the first week I like didn't really do much. I just like walked around like my area and didn't have a bed, so just slept on the floor. The next day I got Wi-Fi and I got gas. So to get stuff like that, either your apartment already comes with it, or like you have to have your ARC to get that kind of stuff, because like you have to have a bank account and like all that jazz. So I think my teacher put everything under her name, so that's why I was able to get Wi-Fi and gas. So both those people came in and did that the next day. And then I hung out with friends that following, like right before the weekend. We hung out at Samyeon. And then after that, I actually went to Seoul that weekend to go pick up my dog. For EPIK, you're not supposed to bring your dog with you, so my boyfriend actually like brought her over later. And like before that, like I like obviously like I got all the paperwork done, like in the vet work, and he helped finish it off before bringing her over here. So I hung out in Seoul that weekend, and then I came back and I started school on March 4th. So we didn't actually start that Friday because it was like a holiday, so we didn't get to start teaching till later. Not even teaching, actually, like just starting school. So the first day of school, I was super nervous because I thought, like, my teacher told me, like, previously, like, earlier when I first met her, that, like, oh, like, you gotta prepare, like, a 5 to 10 sentence speech. So I was like, do I have to? So then, like, when I went to the teacher's lounge, I met, like, the part-time co-teacher, and she was, like, telling me, like, oh, yeah, like, I was told that I had to do that, too, last year, because, like, I was a new teacher, but, like, there were too many of us, so, like, I didn't actually end up making a speech, and I was thinking, like, oh, like, I don't have to do it, it's, like, it's okay. And then right before the bell rang, like, we went to, like, the admin office, went into, like, the broadcasting room, and, like, we had, like, all the new teachers lined up, alphabetical order, and I was, like, the last one because, like, we just, like, Korean names, and then just me, like, Christina Lin. And it was, like, so cringy and everything, because it was, like, you don't understand what they're saying, because, like, first off, like, they're speaking Korean, but, like, also, like, in Busan, like, they have an accent, so, like, I especially, like, didn't get what they were saying. The only thing I understood was, like, my name, I was a new teacher from America, and, like, that's it. And I just kind of, like, I had to, like, watch down the line of, like, what everyone else was doing, and everyone was, like, when they heard their name, they stepped into the middle, they bowed, and they, like, that's it, they just walked back to their spot. And then once everyone did their part, like, bowing in front of the TV, like, or the camera, it was like, oh my god. So then, like, they were, like, talking about how, like, the two teachers had to, like, do a speech, and then it ended up being the gym teacher that shares the teacher lounge with me and me doing it. But, like, tell me why I had to do it when, like, these kids aren't even going to understand a single word I'm saying. The teachers don't even understand a single word I'm saying. Like, the only teachers who understood what I was saying were, like, ones who were English teachers previously in their career, or, like, the vice principal understands a little, the principal understands a little. So it's just, like, I said my spiel, and then apparently I didn't say it loud enough, so then, like, what ended up happening was, like, they were like, oh, you need to say it again. And I was like, oh my god, that was, like, embarrassing. So I said it again, but then the second time I said it was, like, word vomit. And I was like, bow, I'm done. Oh my god. So I walked back into the line, and I was just, like, as soon as I, like, was, like, out of sight from the camera, I was just like, ugh. My teacher was like, it's okay, good job. And I'm like, oh my god. And then rest of the day, didn't do anything. Like, I didn't have any classes that day, that whole day. Like, all the kids just stayed in our homeroom classroom. And then from Tuesday to Friday, I just did intro lessons. So it was just, like, basically, I just introduced myself, and, like, when I was so on Tuesday is the only day I'm with my part-time co-teacher. So she teaches 3rd and 4th grade, so she introduced herself really briefly, and then she introduced the classroom rules, and then I introduced myself, and, like, I did, like, a very simple PowerPoint, but, like, basically I was just saying, like, my name is this is how old I am, this is where I'm from, and, like, I did, like, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, and then I did, like, a little, like, true or false, so it was just, like, false, true, and, like, the class did that. They, like, really liked that, so I did that, like, literally the whole week. The older kids, I was able actually to do an activity, like, we had time, so basically kids wrote down, like, I like this, I don't like this, because, like, I talked about what I like and didn't like, so, like, the kids said that. We told them, like, don't write their name on a sheet of paper. And then when they were done writing, we had them crumple up the sheet of paper. And, like, their reaction when I told them to crumple up the sheet of paper, they were, like, shocked. They're like, what's happening? Like, why are we crumpling the sheet of paper? We just did work. And then I told them to throw it to the front of the classroom. And they were just like, wait, what? Like, they were, like, saying in Korean, like, really? Like, what? And they're like, teacher, like asking her, like, my main co-teacher, like, wait, really? And she was like, yeah, like, really? And, like, throw it. And, like, the kids had a lot of fun with that. And basically, like, I just read it off, like, basically, like, the kids had to guess which one of their classmates it was. My kids had a lot of fun with doing that, and like there's this one class, I forgot which one, but like they all knew each other really well. Like they knew like it's this person, I know it's this person, and I was like, damn, like nice. And like some other kids, like some kids, they didn't really get the rules, where it was more like they had a couple of tries, and then person had to be like, oh, it's me. Intro lessons up until next week, until Monday, because Monday is when I, like, even though it was Monday, because I didn't teach the previous Monday, so I was seeing those kids for the first time again, for the 4th grade class. The 5th grade I was seeing for like the 2nd time. So we started lesson 1, and so basically the first lesson is just like them listening. And so usually there'll be like a little video, or like first I'll like tell them to open the textbook, and then they'll have to like, I'll ask them questions. I'll be like, who is this? Who is that? Where do you think they are? What do you think they're talking about? And usually kids are pretty good with that. 4th, 5th, and 6th, they're good with that. 3rd grade though, the teacher definitely needs to help like translate, because like it's their first time learning, so they don't know like what you're saying. So like my teacher will say like who in Korean, or like where in Korean. Like she doesn't say the whole thing, but like those key words will help the kids be like, oh, this is what she's asking. So I'll be asking questions about the picture, and then I'll play the audio. So this is where my like 2 teachers do it differently. So my part-time co-teacher, she'll usually like play it twice, and then we'll ask questions. And when we ask questions, we usually have to ask them like in order of when it happens in the video. And she mainly focuses on like key expressions, while like my main co-teacher will play it once, and we'll ask like, what did you hear? And then we'll play it again, and then we'll ask questions. And I can ask questions in any order, because like the kids will get it. But definitely with the 3rd grade, we'll have to like skim through the video and like go to certain parts of the video and be like asking them through there, because they won't get it at all. So basically that's what it is. And then usually if I meet them for a 2nd time that week, it would be, so it goes through listening and then to talking. So then we'll do like a talking, same thing, there'll be a picture, and then we'll do like a talking activity. Near the end of the month, we did testing. They did like a speaking test, and like usually they use like a picture from the textbook, and they were like, this is the dialogue you gotta use, and they'll do it. And then if there was a listening test, then I would say it, and like it was like stuff like okay, like on the sheet of paper it'll say like what you need to say, and then like either same tone or different tone. So it'll be like, nice to meet you, and like kids will have to be like, yes, it's the same, no, it's not the same. So like I did that with my 4th grade class. My teacher was getting so upset, because she was like, if you can listen, this test is really easy. And like these kids kept messing it up, and like she kept doing it over and again, because she was like, okay, this is the real time, this is for real. And like we just kept doing it over and over again, and my teacher's just like, oh, she's like, why don't they understand? And I'm like, I don't know. But like, so my teacher, so I would do it, and like for the kids who really didn't get it, she would like exaggerate it even more, or like she'll like explain it in Korean, like with a Korean word. She'll be like, 안녕하세요, and like the kids be like, oh, I get it. And then she's like, if you get it, then like, can you please do the test? So we were doing that for a bit. That's the only test that I've seen, because I've also seen like kids at the end of the period, they'll do the retest for the speaking, and my teacher will like say what they're supposed to say in Korean, and then they'll try to like figure out the translation for it. Because there are like a couple of kids in each class that like struggle. Like there's like, I want to say like there's a good amount of kids who like they're on top of it. Like I feel like they're probably they either learn quickly, or like they go to the Hagwon, or like, and there's like also a good amount of kids that like they're just now learning this and they're just getting it, and they're like kind of like at the level they're supposed to be. And there's like a sprinkle of kids who just don't get it, and they're just kind of like, what's happening right now? And like they'll have some of them are like, they'll be good at writing, but they're so bad at listening, or like they're so bad at reading. or so forth or like that. Or like I have another kid in one of my classrooms where like they're not even good at reading Korean, so like English class like is really difficult for them. This child was crying because she was like, because we kept reading the same passage over and over again as a class, but like she can't even do anything. So she's just crying, and I told my teacher, the teacher had to like pull her out of the classroom and like talk to her, and like I had to finish up the lesson. But like she was telling me after class, like saying like, oh, like she can't even read Korean, so like English class is very difficult for her. And I was asking like, oh, so like why isn't there like a special like class just for like maybe English to teach them maybe at a slower pace? And then she was saying like for English it doesn't matter as much, but like so like when they take Korean class and they take math class, they're in a different classroom from their homeroom class. But those kids usually, like me or my teacher, like when we do activities, like we'll usually like have to like explain things to them, or like my teacher, if it's like speaking activity, she'll like write it phonetically in Korean, and like kids will read it like that to do that speaking activities. The Busan coordinator, she had us fill out an application right before we left to go to Busan for our ARC. I paid the 30,000 won fee plus the 3,000 won fee to like have it shipped to my school. It was like so late into the game, like so many people from other like provinces and like metropolitan areas already had their ARC, but like here we were like still waiting to hear back when we had to do our fingerprints. So we didn't do that till like near the end of March. Did that, and then like a week and a half later I got my ARC. Like I got it this past Monday. So I got the email to do it on March 18th, and then we had to be there on the 21st of March to go to immigration's office and to do our fingerprints. It was so quick. Like I honestly like wish we did it the first week we were here. Like I was literally like, there was no specific line. It was just kind of like come and go. You just did it and left, and then or like if you wanted to, you could pick up your ARC number. But like honestly, like you can't really do much of it just your ARC number. Like so, because I got my ARC number, my teacher was thinking like, oh, we can finally open a bank account for you. So we tried opening one. So I was able to open one, but then like I had to do so much paperwork because I didn't actually have like the physical ARC card. So then filled out all this paperwork, and she's like, okay, make sure you come back so we can upgrade your account because you can't access online banking. So I got like the bank book, I got an ATM card, and then she was like, that's all you get. We tried to go to KB Hana because I wanted to be able to transfer money back home to pay bills. And then she was like, the bank teller was like, we can make you a bank account, but it'll be such a hassle to like upgrade your account after you get your ARC card. So just come back once you get the physical card. So then I was just like, ugh. And then like you can't even get a phone number about the physical ARC card. So my teacher was like, oh, I'm so sorry, but like I guess we'll just finish the day off early. Then finally once I got my ARC this past week, we went. So apparently the bank is really busy on Mondays in Korea. So we didn't get off early that day to go to the bank. So then we went on Tuesday to get my phone number first because my teacher was saying like, oh, you need your phone number to do online banking. So let's do your phone number first. So we go to get the phone number done. We were going through all the paperwork, and then she was like, okay, like give me your bank account number, because that's how you pay for things a lot of times here. Like you use your bank account for like your cell phone, utilities. You just transfer through the ATM or like through online using your bank account. And then she was like, oh, we can't make a phone number for you. It was like, oh, why? My teacher was asking, and she was saying like, well, the bank account you made is made with a passport, with my US passport instead of my ARC, because I didn't upgrade my bank account yet. So then my teacher was like, oh, like, can I use my bank account? And the lady was like, yeah, sure, like, since, like, you're a citizen here. And then my teacher apparently forgot her ID. So then we didn't make my phone number, and my teacher felt so bad. And so, literally, so I don't know if it's, like, for all phone companies, but all the ones near my area close at 6 o'clock. So then my teacher, then the following day, gave me her bank account number, and she gave me her like ID and was like, okay, go make a phone number tomorrow after school. So I did that. Luckily, she took the same paperwork again, and she just whited out like the dates and like just stuck my teacher's information on there, the post-it note my teacher gave me. And then she gave me back the ID card, and I got a Korean phone number. And I think that's really interesting here is that like, okay, that like they don't really do unlimited calls, unlimited texts, or like I don't know, unlimited data plans like in America. maybe they do, but like the ones I went to, like, or like my teacher thought this was best for me because she was like, you don't really do calls, you don't really need text because you can just use Kakao Talk, Messenger, and all that stuff. So I was like, that's true. So like I ended up getting like the 3 gigabyte phone plan, just data, and like I get 100 minutes free, or like not free, but like within my plan, and then 100 text messages free. So I did that phone plan, and that was like 40,001-ish, something like that. So I ended up doing that plan. And then, what I was saying, like, I think it's interesting that you get to pick the last 4 digits of your phone number here. Like, she asked me, like, my teacher asked me to fill that out the other day, and I was like, what? I don't know. I thought that was weird. And then my teacher was telling me, like, I had to fill out this paperwork, and if I come back a week later, like, I would get a discount. I don't know what that means. I'll update you guys later why I got that discount. So I would have to go this upcoming Wednesday. What else? And then we did that. And then on Thursday, the following day, we went to Busan Bank and KB Hana. So Busan Bank, I don't know if it's just Busan Bank, but like I was waiting so long, and I filled out more paperwork to upgrade the account. And then we went to KB Hana. When I went to KB Hana, I had to make 2 bank accounts. So one is to transfer money to America, and the second one is like they call for refund and rebates or something like that. Or wait, not refunds and reimbursements. So like I think she was talking about how like if I send money and it doesn't work out, like it was sent back into that second account. And then I also set up online banking, and it was like pretty easy. Like making the account at KB Hana was so much easier than doing it for Busan Bank. It was like ridiculous. And then they were telling me like, okay, so when you transfer like either at an ATM or like online, it will transfer immediately. And I was like, what does immediately mean? So to give you reference, I transferred money on Friday night. I got it Saturday morning in my other bank account at home, and I was like shocked. And it only took out 1%, which is like really little. It was a lot less than I was expecting. But yeah, so like anything, if you send back more than 50,000 won, it transfers immediately. Like I don't have to do any extra work. So what I did was on Friday, I went to Busan Bank. I typed in my account number, KB Hana, sent back however much I want. And then I got an email right after my transaction saying like, oh, your money's with JP Morgan. And then that it would transfer to my bank account back at home later. And then I was like, oh, it's probably gonna transfer like 2 to 3 business days, because like it's the weekend, like money doesn't transfer in the weekend usually. And I got the money the next day when I checked. I was like really shocked. Let's see here, what else? We set up online banking Friday after all my classes, and like my teacher was just like, this is so complicated. And like so my computer doesn't read Korean. Like the previous teacher before me, I don't know what she did to the computer, but basically it's all English. So then we were trying to do it on my computer. My teacher was like, why isn't this working? Why is it just like a bunch of symbols? So then we had to go on my teacher's computer and do it. And it took like 45 minutes to set up online banking for 2 different banks. It's really complicated how they do it. Like, and like they give you like these little cards with like a bunch of numbers on it, and like to make sure like it's like actually you, they'll be like, okay, on this line, what are the numbers after these 2 digits, and like etc. And they'll call you sometimes, and then you have to input the PIN of what you see on the computer. What else? And like that's pretty much it. Like I'm still waiting for my tax form from America so I can get tax-free here for and then that's being mailed to me. But all in all, that's it. Like the kids are really sweet. Like in the hallways, like I get a bunch of kids like running up to me, and they're like, Christina teacher, like something new. Like they're like hi, and like, or like you get some kids that just like stare at you like, or like some kids would just be like, yeah, like, and then it's just like really cute. The kids are super sweet, and like I've gotten like little like things from students. Like I've gotten like a little picture like a kid drew of me and my co-teacher. I've gotten like BTS like little photo card. I've gotten BTS stickers. Like the little girl didn't know who like I liked, so she like, I don't know, just picked one and was like, I guess she thinks I like B. But yeah, the kids are so sweet, and like I honestly like I really enjoy this job, and I got really lucky with my placement. Like I like how me and my co-teacher teach, it's like honestly like really like co-teaching. So it's like she'll introduce the lesson, but like I'll be the one pronouncing all the words and like making the kids like listen and repeat after me. She makes all the lesson planning. She does all the lesson planning, but like I do mainly the teaching, because like my English is better than hers, and like with my teacher, like sometimes I'll make the activities, and like we'll do a lot of like, if the book activity is better, then we'll do that. If I have an idea, we can use that, or like she uses like previous activities that she used the previous years, and we'll do that. So like basically I just work on like making sure like I ask the questions for the pictures, ask questions about the videos, I do the listen and repeat, I come up with activities if I can think of any that are better than the textbook. But yeah, like my teacher, like my main co-teacher puts a lot of trust into me. Like she, like as far as like freedom in the classroom, like I feel like I have like, it's like structured, like I know what I need to do, but like I can like go around my own way about it. And I just like, the only thing is like I just have to make sure I talk slowly for the kids. But like sometimes when you're reading passages and you read really slowly, I feel like it loses the meaning. But maybe that's just me. So like cause like usually you read and like there's like reading fast, and then there's like reading it like, so like there's like emotion in it, and then there's like reading really slow, kind of like, but like I don't know, I don't agree with that, but that's what she wants, and like gotta do what the co-teacher wants. Oh yeah, and I also like my teachers will ask me like how do you like, is the textbook correct, like is this like how you actually say it in America? So like there's a lot of that where like they like double check with me like, oh, is this grammatically correct, or like is this like normal to say it this way? So like sometimes like if I think differently, then we'll change it for like the lesson. Or like if my teacher ever makes a mistake, like I don't like, depending what the mistake is, like sometimes like it'll be like, oh, this is the lesson we're doing, and I'm like, wait, we already did that, it's the next one. Or like my teacher wrote out like, I like bananas. I saw that the first lesson, I did not correct her, plus the kids were not going to remember that anyway. So then for the next lesson, right before she wrote it, I was like, I like bananas. And then my teacher wrote out what I said, and I was like, ah. So, but yeah, I know like EPIK tells you like, oh, like you shouldn't correct your teachers, or like if you do it, you should do it like kind of like in this roundabout way. So I did it like that. But yeah, like first month, pretty great. And like I got to see like what I've done on the weekends. I've done like shopping for like this apartment, buying stuff. Mainly I'm trying to buy like organization stuff. And then I've been cooking at home mostly, and then like a couple times, like once I got my phone number, I've been ordering in a couple times. I've been going out, like not like partying and drinking and stuff like that, but like I've like gone out to do an exploring. So like I gone out to the beaches, Haeundae and Gangwari Beach, I think that's how you say it. I've gone out to those places. I've seen the cherry blossoms. It's like really pretty. And like luckily like over here it's like, it's not that cold. It's like pretty good. I mean I do have to wear my jacket at school because like it's cold in the hallways, but like the classrooms get warm even though it's not heated. And the air quality, it was bad the first couple weeks, but like later on into the month, less warnings, less emergency notices. But yeah, and like just like one of those days, like my teacher just doesn't open the window, she'll just turn on the air purifier, but she turns on the air purifier all the time anyway. But yeah, I guess that's it. Like if you guys have any questions or like about what it's like teaching here, or like you guys want any updates, just like let me know. Thanks for watching.